What do we have for Sag, please? Knight of Pentacles in reverse at the foundation of the reading, Sag. Sag, I'm picking up this very stubborn, obsessive kind of energy inside your auric field, but I don't feel that this is related to you. Because intuitively, right before this reading even began, when I was shuffling my cards, I was just getting this energy of you really trimming away the fat in your life. You're really starting to focus on what it is you want, and you're working with what you have as a means to get there. You're starting to realize there's nothing else you really need. So I'm picking up this energy of you really charging forward, but you're also starting to see very clearly the energies around you that were causing the resistance, causing the drag, slowing you down. So it's an energy of you shifting gears, heading in this direction very quickly. And in doing so, you're starting to pay attention to your aerodynamics, so to speak. And you're really starting to see what's creating resistance, what's creating drag. And I feel like it's coming in the form of people, Sag. For some of you, it could be addictions and behavioral patterns as well. So just really take it as it fits. But Knight of Pentacles in reverse at the foundation of the reading, this is a very stuck energy. And I feel like this is an energy that has been around you for a very, very long time. And then lo and behold, when you start stepping into this new energy and charging forward without hesitation, look what comes to the surface. Now, a very general way that this may show up in your reality, Sag, is you finally going after something that has been calling you from within for a very long time. And then you just start to see this negative reaction from people around you. And it's surprising to you. You're like, wow, I never knew you felt so passionately about me not going after this or doing that or wanting to be with this person, however it may be showing up for you, Sag. It just causes you to see these people in a completely different light. And if this is addictions or behavioral patterns, it's just you coming out of this Venus retrograde, having really focused on your health. And you're starting to see now that because you don't have this certain thing in the equation, it could even be a behavioral pattern. You're trying things differently. You're taking on a different kind of approach or routine in your day-to-day, you start to see that you're actually making a lot of progress. And you're like, wow, I didn't see how much this one thing was actually holding me back. It looks so insignificant on the surface, but once I actually cut it out of the equation, it's like I'm rocketing forward. This is always mind-blowing when it has to do with something in your diet or a behavioral pattern, something that looks seemingly insignificant or like it wouldn't make a difference, and boom. Makes all the difference. It's why it's really important, Sag, to always be reviewing these things. Always review, I think, your routines. There is always room for improvement. If you ever get to a point where you feel like there's no room for improvement, and this is not a good sign. You're in big trouble. This is usually the result of a bad influence around you, okay, which, this sort of energy results in boredom and apathy. That's really what that is. But I feel that this is an energy now that you're starting to really address in your life, Sag. So in saying all that, Sag, I'm picking up a lot of power inside your energy. But as a result of all of this power and this major push you're making in your life, you're also starting to recognize that there's not many that can go with you on this path. Because unfortunately, I don't feel like a lot of these energies support you. And where you're going, Sag, there's no room for people that don't support you. There's no room for haters. There's no room for people that tell you you can't do something. If people around you aren't supporting you right now, then you need to leave them where they stand and be on your way. Because these are individuals that want you to live inside the framework of an idea that they have for you. And life is far too short to be living it for somebody else. What do we have at the sacral, please? Two of Wands, Aries energy at the sacral. Follows everything I just said perfectly. Sag, you really do have this energy of the world being in the palm of your hand. You really feel as though anything is possible, that you can actually succeed at this. You can pull this off, whatever it may be for you. And you're right. You're starting to look at your life from a completely different vantage point. And you're starting to understand that there's no success in seeking validation from others. You're starting to see that when you try to seek validation from others, it's actually a form of self-sabotage, because you should really have all the confidence and drive inside of you without needing anybody to sign off on it. a lot of you have been in this energy where you feel that you need to make the people around you proud of you, or you feel like you need to prove something to the people around you. But this sort of mindset is exactly what's been keeping you from attaining the success to the capacity that you're about to. Two of Wands is an energy of standing in your power. It's an energy of success. But the energy that I always get from the Two of Wands is somebody who's going it alone. Or it's just simply an energy of you moving in a particular manner where you just don't really discuss with people what it is you're doing anymore, because you can't run the risk of people trying to interject or give you any sort of unsolicited advice. In other words, you're not going to risk anybody planting any seeds into your psyche that bury themselves on a deep subconscious layer and run these little viruses which cause you to self-sabotage and create a lack of self-confidence. You know, opinions are dangerous, especially when you don't know what you're going to get. So to me, it makes more sense to just keep things to yourself, Sag. What's the point in discussing anything with anybody who's never been where you're going? Not many people are going to support you going down a road that they've never navigated themselves. Because if they had anything good to say about it, don't you think they would have tried to go down that road themselves? I just heard it's just you and God, Sag. God's riding shotgun, showing you where to go, showing you how to navigate. And it doesn't make sense to seek advice from fools when you have the Most High by your side, Sag. What do we have? The solar plexus, please? There it is. Page of Swords at the solar plexus. They don't like this new you, Sag. This Page of Swords is coming right in at the solar plexus, which is all related to your drive, your confidence. There's also something that I picked up prior to the reading with individuals in your energy getting karma. You know, I got this intuitive download surrounding some of you dealing with an individual who's been doing things in the dark to sabotage you. And the download I got was this person getting into some sort of car accident. And immediately when I got that download, I thought, oh, I don't want to give that message. And when I was shuffling my cards, the chariot fell out of my deck in reverse, followed by the Empress in reverse and the Devil. So chariot in reverse, it's an energy of car accidents. And then I got the Empress in reverse and the Devil. So there's something around somebody who's pregnant, possibly losing a child, maybe having a miscarriage, but this is all karma. These people have been way too focused on what you've been doing, what you've been trying to build. And as you're charging forward in this direction of whatever this may be, Sag, you're starting to see their true colors. And because of this, the scales are tipping. And this is all a result of us now coming out of Venus retrograde, and we're in this energy of charging forward with this new sense of self. You know what motivates you, and you're going after it. And you're not allowing anybody to tell you any differently. And because of this, you're starting to see people's true colors. And when you start to see people's true colors, this is all a result of them getting the karma that has been building up as a result of everything they've been doing to you in the shadows. Page of Swords. This is an energy of a lot of gossip. I just heard word witchery, which is just an energy of people speaking wickedness on you, putting this energy into the ethers around your name. In my opinion, this is no different than sitting around in a circle on a pentagram and doing a ritual on someone. You're still chanting words. I just heard pure evil by way of the tongue. I've been picking up a mother strongly in this energy, and quite possibly a sibling, an ex for some of you. I've just heard an ex's sister. Maybe that's the one that might be losing the child. Okay, let's keep going here. What do we have at the heart? Ah, wow. And there it is, chariot. At the heart. Yeah, there's an emphasis here on this car accident that I was picking up when I was shuffling before the reading, but now we have it upright at the heart next to this Page of Swords. So this hasn't happened yet, is what I'm getting, because I saw it in reverse before the reading, which was an energy of it coming, but now we have it upright. So it's an energy of it not here yet and them not seeing it coming. And this is all a result, Sag, again, of them not stopping. I'm just getting this energy, like I'm starting to feel frustrated now because they're not stopping. And I feel like that's the divine. Like the divine is like, how many signs do we need to give these people to leave Sag alone? Sag, the song that I also heard prior to doing this reading, and I didn't even hear it on the radio, it just came to me intuitively, was a song by Pat Benatar. It's called Invincible. And so I looked up the song and I was reading the lyrics. And then when I got that chariot in reverse, I got chills. Because some of the words in the song really speak about this karmic energy that I'm picking up on. Some of the lines that stuck out to me are, "It's a do-or-die situation. We will be invincible." And then the first line of the song is, "This bloody road remains a mystery. The sudden darkness fills the air. What are we waiting for?" I just feel like there's this ruthless kind of energy around you all. It's a do-or-die situation. I just heard you were supposed to be their sacrificial lamb. Picked up a similar energy in the collective reading that I just put out. If you haven't watched that, I highly recommend you watch it. Because in that reading, I'm talking about a family member. I think the focus was on a father or parent sacrificing their child's purpose for their own success. There's this very similar energy in this reading here. Okay, so the simplest way I can put what it means to sacrifice another person's purpose, to say a demonic deity, is to make an agreement that you are going to keep a certain individual engaged in specific cycles in their life so they never find their way. And in return, that individual who keeps that person in the cycles of misery or poverty, karma, no success, whatever it may be, there's countless different ways this can be done, that person will receive success in their field. So simply put, this is seen as sacrificing an innocent person's light to some sort of demonic energy to attain success. This is exactly what I'm picking up in this reading. What do we have at the throat? Seven of Cups, Scorpio energy at the throat. See how right here, you're in this Two of Wands energy, Sag, right? World in the palm of your hand, looking away from this energy. This is that opposing energy. The sword representing the word witchery. I feel like there was multiple people involved in this. I think there's 10 birds right there. 10 birds. But there's one main individual spearheading this, right? Controlling this flock of birds. And also this Page of Swords, there's an emphasis on the clothing. Really pops, right? But I feel that this is connecting us to each of the chakras. Red for the root chakra, the green for the heart, yellow for the solar plexus, and then we even have blue for the throat. And the orange can be seen as their skin. So it's like all 5 of these first chakras here, creating blockages for you. This is not hard to do, Sag. The way you block somebody's solar plexus is simply by instilling self-doubt. So they lack confidence. They have low self-esteem. Think about how easy it is for a family member to do that, or somebody who's close to you. And most of the time when they do it, it flies off the radar. I remember when it used to happen to me, I used to say to myself, oh yeah, maybe you're right. I probably couldn't pull that off, right? They're like, yeah, I wouldn't do that, right? You don't think to question it because the people are so close to you. I'm getting the exact same thing here. And a block root chakra, for example, is an energy of you feeling very ungrounded or anxious all the time. So this is not hard to do, Sag, which is speaking on the people you surround yourself with. And this 7 of Cups speaks on everything I just said. This is the confusion, the obstacles, the illusions. You can't do that, Sag. Hey, Sag, you can't do that, right? It's like all these different energies. It's like a very distracting energy, not allowing you to see your way, right? You can't see past these energies and see the clear blue sky. There's always some sort of cloud following you around. Aha, right? A cloud following you around. A cloud of self-doubt. It's like each one of these cups is representing, let's just say, for example, a different negative projection. You can't do that, Sag. You'll never pull that off, Sag. That's not for you, Sag. You're too skinny, you're too fat, you're too short, you're too ugly. You don't have the right look for that, right? Could be a song. You're too skinny, you're too fat, you don't have the right look for that. But this is all this energy you've been carrying around, Sag, for far too long. It's just been building up over the years. And this is what you've released. You see that Venus retrograde saw you really focusing on yourself and going in and working on all these different details of your life as a means to make this big push into this new timeline. And you uncovered all these things that were holding you back in the form of negative projections, just negative self-talk, people not supporting you. This is representing all of that, and it's right at the throat. You know, for some of you, it's going to be more extreme than others, but this is a form of verbal abuse. This is the word witchery, mental abuse as well. I never understood why people hold other individuals back for going after something that is calling them from within. You know, typically people will say, oh, well, you know, I didn't want to see you get hurt. I didn't want to see you fail, and then you'd feel let down. Right? This speaks about an energy that's playing God in your life, because failure is a form of success. It's a way to change up your approach, better something. Maybe it will lead to something else. Nothing good ever comes from standing in anybody's way. Let people fail. It's a part of their path. That failure could lead to another form of success. Who are you to play God? Encourage people to be the best they can be and leave the rest in God's hands. Karma is not spared for people who are going to play God in your life, Sag. At the root of it, these people are non-believers. They don't have faith and hope. They actually think that they are God in some capacity. What do we have at the third eye, please? 5 of Swords. Wow. Aquarius energy at the third eye. And there it is. The cards are following everything I'm saying, Sag. It's an energy of people disempowering you by way of the tongue. Trying to block out your third eye as well. So this is an energy of not being able to focus or just messing with your creativity. It also affects your judgment, right? So when people instill self-doubt, you're second guessing yourself. You can't really see beyond the physical plane because your imagination is becoming skewed by people's negative projections of you. Sag, you're going to start feeling a lot more imaginative. Your intuition is clearing out as well. This is all a result of you releasing this energy. And you're starting to actually refocus yourself on this vision that you have for your future, right? So it's very important to be present in the moment now so you can get to that point, so you can get to that vision, right? If you're stuck in the past, then you're not in the present moment and you're not engaged in getting to that vision. If you're too much in the future, which is an energy of daydreaming, it's the same thing. You're not working on what needs to be worked on to be able to get to that point. So I feel that everything is starting to come into balance now, Sag. I just feel this. I just heard motoring, which is just speaking on an energy of you charging forward, right? Like a motor, which is a chariot energy. What do we have at the crown? And there it is, the vision, right there at the crown. Hand of God. See, no tarot readers ever say this. I've never seen any other tarot reader say this, but here we have the hand of God holding this vision, right? This blessing. This is what you're supposed to be going after. This is what they've been trying to keep you from. And right here, you see these pinnacles, right? The pinnacle of success down this path. This is the divine guiding you, right? This is that energy of God riding shotgun. God is your GPS system. The divine is your GPS system. At the crown, this is all a result of your faith and this understanding of what it is you came here to do, or enough of it to get charging forward. See, we never actually know every last detail, but the key to unlocking this great mystery in our own lives is screaming at us from within. It's that true heart's desire. It's that inner calling. That's what we need to go after, however that may look for you. There's this whole new path unfolding for you, Sag. And there's a lot of clarity regarding your true desires, okay? But this is all the result of the amount of work you've been putting into yourself, Sag. What do we have at the foundation, please? Queen of Cups, Phoenix, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. So, Sag, I read these next few cards as negative polarities. I'm hearing something here about... I'm picking up on an alcoholic in your energy, or this is somebody that was trying to get you to drink, something like this. Maybe for some of you, you had an issue with that, or you are having an issue. This could have been one of the things that you were working on during this Venus retrograde cycle. And now that you're doing better, it's a problem for other people. You're starting to recognize this bad influence around you. And if that's not you, this can just speak very generally, and you can place this in your own life as you see fit. It can really represent anything pertaining to some sort of bad habit that people want to engage you in to hold you back. It can also be an energy of excess distractions that you don't want to be a part of anymore, right? But this energy now is reacting to you releasing them. You're starting to really see how codependent this energy was of you. This can also be just a toxic relationship you were in. I just heard that it's somebody who acted like they didn't need you, so you release them finally, and now they can't live without you, right? But this has nothing to do with love and everything to do with ego. This is somebody who just wants to have the upper hand at all times. They want to be the one calling the shots. So in other words, they want to be the one that leaves you, not you leaving them. Something incredibly childish like that. I don't even feel like you care anymore, Sag. You're just happy to be away from this person. Whatever this is representing. What do we have to sacral, please? Wow. Knight of Wands, bathing. So this is Knight of Wands in its detriment. Yeah, there's an emphasis here now around a very toxic individual that a lot of you have gotten away from. I just heard you got out just in the nick of time. I feel like this person is sick. And I don't mean mentally. Well, I think they are mentally ill as well here in some capacity. But there's something wrong with them, like their health. Something off with this person's health. Picking up on a heavy alcoholic, and I'm picking up on somebody who's carrying something. And it's like you got out just in the nick of time, is what I heard. And this can most definitely be somebody who was cheating on you, picked up something, right? So this is going to speak for the people that were dealing with individuals in relationships. I'm getting so many downloads right now, and I'm seeing so much in my mind's eye. Genders don't matter here. I'm actually seeing male and female. It's like it's flashing back and forth between a male and a female, sitting in a bar and just picking up like a random individual, okay? So for some of you, you were dealing with somebody like this, an alcoholic who just goes out and cheats on you all the time. And then you try to break it off with them, and they say that they're going to turn their life around, only to pull you back into the same cycle. It's just repeating over and over and over. But this can also speak about a family member, a friend, just somebody who's very toxic, who always says they're going to change. They never do. They're just keeping you in this repeating cycle. They're really keeping you from going after your dreams. They're keeping you in a lower vibration. Sag, you have to understand that when you're a light worker, which is what you are, it's all over this reading, I'm picking it up from your energy, I can feel it, you can't be around anybody who holds this kind of energy. It's like your kryptonite, okay? You either need to be around people who support you, or at the very least, don't stand in your way, or you need to walk the path alone until you come across like-minded people. But I also think that you understand this now. You see what's going on here. What do we have, the solar plexus, please? Nine of Swords, Larray. Says right there, causes wounds to putrefy. So, yeah, there's something here in regards to this individual's karma. It's like you get away from them, and now the divine can come through and give them their karma. So many different things I picked up here. I picked up on somebody losing a baby. I picked up on somebody getting in a car accident. I picked up on somebody getting some sort of illness. It's like all of this is being held back until you were in the safe zone, so to speak, Sag. You're healing energetically from this cycle, and now all these individuals are being sentenced to their karma. These individuals are dealing with a lot of intense anxiety and depression. You know, this Nine of Swords as well, this is also an energy of rehab. You may hear about somebody having to go to rehab, Sag. So just take it as it fits. There's so much going on in this reading. I'm actually picking up on two different Sages here, meaning high vibrational light worker Sages, and then shadow Sages, right? Like bizarro Sages. So you could be another zodiac sign dealing with, say, a shadow Sag, or you're a light worker Sag that's dealing with a shadow Sag. Doesn't have to be, though. Just really take what fits and you feel makes the most sense in your own life and just leave the rest, okay? Don't force anything to fit in your life. What do we have at the heart, please? Wow. Rum. Quiet solitude. Three of Swords, Libra energy. Yeah, both these cards are representing healing and recovering from some sort of energy that was feeding off you, right? Vulture feeding off of a deer carcass. But as you can see, this vulture's looking up. This vulture sees the divine coming for them now, the karma for what they've done. Huge emphasis on recovery in this reading for you, Sag. There's this very healing energy around you right now. And then we have Eizel, which is the Page of Cups, divine comfort. And whenever I get this card, it speaks on physical conditioning, right? So this may be something you're focusing on right now, or you need to. This is another way to reinforce this ascension you're going through. What do we have at the throat, please? Three of Wands. Three of Swords, Three of Wands. 33. So an energy of love and peace. Sag, you need to think about what you can do to help yourself today, even if it's just something very small. If you're ever feeling stuck, stagnated, like you don't know which way to move, you need to understand that this is just some residual energy that's trying to hold you back. So just do something, even if it's very small, to help yourself. And I would say that the best thing to focus on in a time like that is your health, mind, body, and spirit, right? Whether it's physical conditioning, meditation, changing something up in your diet, just find what works for you, Sag, and just try and get into a habit of using all these things as tools to help you navigate your path. This Three of Wands speaks about this higher guidance you have around you, right? Whenever you're confused, you don't know which way to go, just leave it with your guides. Ask what to do. Allow them to navigate you, right? To be your spiritual GPS system. The God of hope, construction of the universe, help with great works, protection from adversaries. So the divine is working with you right now, Sag, so you need to take advantage of their help. They're here for you. You're not doing this alone at all. Though you may feel alone sometimes, in your physical reality, you are absolutely not alone. You have a force around you. You see, when you step into this kind of empowerment in your life, there's a force that comes through and cloaks you, protects you, because you're now starting to align with your purpose and your mission for what you came here to do. It's like you've come online with the divine. Three of Wands is also an energy of you holding this vision for this destination. There's just an overall energy here of you fulfilling your destiny, Sag. You're on path to doing this now. You're where you're meant to be. Everything had to happen just like this. It was all a part of the plan. What do we have at the third eye, please? Eight of Wands. Sag, that is your energy right there at the third eye. Vihuel, the great and exalted God. Grandeur makes one passionate toward God. Sag, you have a very strong connection with the divine. I don't know how to articulate what it is that I'm picking up for you right now, Sag, but it's like an energy where you're stepping into this new timeline, you're in this energy, you start to realize how protected you are and how much purpose surrounds your life. You're starting to look at your past in a completely different way, like, wow, all of that was to hold me back from where I am right now. I've always had this really strong connection, this divine tether, and I didn't even know it. Or I didn't realize it was as potent as this. Simply put, Sag, it's like you realizing that you're very special and you play a very, very important role in the world, in the collective. Whatever it is that the divine has planned for you, it's incredibly important. I'm feeling a bit of emotion coming from you, Sag, but it's happiness. It's an energy of you realizing that you weren't forgotten by the divine. You're like, oh my God, thank God. My life does have meaning. My life does have purpose. It doesn't matter how young or old you are, Sag. You wake up when you're meant to wake up. There's a lot of movement here. There's a lot of action, and it's happening very quickly, Sag. What do we have at the crown, please? Close this up for Sag. There it is again, Page of Cups. So we have it twice now. Huge emphasis on physical conditioning, Sag. You can't escape it, okay? God who rejoices, divine comfort, gives consolation and protection from one's enemies. All right, so you're really being advised to do things that have to do with your physical conditioning, your health, but this also represents mind health as well, spiritual health, all of it. This is how you get to this timeline, because it allows you to overcome the attacks, and a lot of it has to do with what's going on in your mentals, right? See, we have all these seeds that have buried themselves on a deep subconscious layer over the years, and these things come up for review. Every time that we're pushing towards something, all of a sudden this self-doubt will come up, and we'll start to feel this low self-esteem and like we can't pull something off. This is going to happen for a while, Sag. It takes a while to get rid of that energy, okay? But your awareness of it and how to overcome it is going to be the key. And the way you do that is by what I just suggested, all right? Your mind, body, and spirit health. Keep focusing on that, Sag, and all the other little things you can do to support yourself on this path. It's like you're this warrior, and you need to train, right? Warriors train. Whatever that may be for you, whatever agreement you have with God, but you most definitely know what it is. That's what needs to be your focus right now, Sag. This is a great reading of overcoming self-empowerment and of somebody who's finding themselves through faith and hope. And this is somebody who is going to have one hell of a story to tell on the other side, Sag. And I always say, there's no telling what you can do with these great stories of overcoming. A lot of the time, those stories are a part of your success. This is all research. Sag, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donation, Sag. Take care.